Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Mohammad Ammar and I'm a software engineer and have been working in tech for so long. Today in this video, I will be teaching you how you can create a beautiful sidebar navigation using React and Tailwind. So if you're interested in such coding related videos, do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss any updates. With that being said, let's get into the video. So let me go into my project directory. As you can see, I have created a directory named as sidebar. So in order to create a React project, I have to open cmd, and afterwards I can write this command npx create react app, and you can name whatever you want to your project. Like for example, in my case, I'm gonna name it sidebar nav, and after this just press enter and wait for a while until your React project is created properly. So we will wait for a while and then resume our video. So as you can see here, our React project is properly created. Now it's time to move into our directory. So let me go into my directory cd side nav, sidebar nav, sorry. And here I am in my directory. Let me open my project in my code editor. You just write this command if you have Visual Studio Code and then press enter. Your project will be opened in VS Code. So just wait for a while. Yeah, so my project is completely loaded in my VS Code. Now it's time to install Tailwind. So in order to install Tailwind, you can simply go to their official site. You can simply go to their official site. Here we are, and you can simply run these commands over there. Let me open my terminal to run these commands, and here we can paste all those commands over there, and we will wait for a while and our Tailwind will get installed in our project. Just a moment, it is getting installed. After completing this installation, we have to follow few more steps so that our Tailwind could work properly in our project. So what are these steps? What are these steps? You have to simply move to their official documentation and you have to copy this array, and you can paste this array inside your config. Oh, sorry, we have to run this command again. npx tailwind css let p, it was not run before, so we'll wait for a while. So as you can see, after running this command, we have gotten this file tailwind.config.js. So you can go into this file and you can replace this content array with the one that we have just copied from the official documentation. And now here we have the last step that we have to follow. So you have to move inside your index.css. You have to remove all the CSS that is pre-written over there because we are not going to use that CSS. So you have to copy some utilities from their official documentation. So just go over there, copy these utilities and paste it over there. And congratulations, you have properly installed Tailwind. Now it's time to do a real magic, but before doing that, let me clean my code. I don't need some files, like for example, I don't need this logo.hvg. I don't need this setup test.js. Moreover, I think we are good to go. I don't need this app.test.js also. Yeah, I think we are good to go now. So one more thing I forget to add, because for this project I'm going to use Font Awesome, so you can simply go to W3 School and copy the CDN link from there. and you can paste that CDN link inside your index.html. This one, it should be inside public directory. You just have to paste that CDN link over the title. Okay, so now you are good to go. Let's do the real magic. Simply go inside app.js and remove the header from there because we don't need that header. We will use that div in order to apply some classes from the Tailwind. I will show that to you in a while. So for now, let me create two divs over there. And let me call it sidebar, and let me create another div. Let me copy it and paste it over there, and let me call it home. Now just see what we have done so far. So for that reason, simply run that command npm run start, and it will start our project on our browser so that we can actually see what we have done so far. So here we will be getting an error. I already guessed that we don't need that logo.svg because we already removed that logo.svg from our project directory. So I think we are good to go now. Just wait for a while so that our project could be loaded properly in our browser. Just a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just get loaded. Hey project, I am waiting for you so that you can get loaded. Why are you not loading? I think he is listening to me. So here we are. It is loaded over there. Why it is center aligned? I got the point why it is center aligned. The reason is that we haven't removed the default CSS of app.js. So simply remove that CSS also because we are going to use Tailwind. We don't need that custom CSS over there. So you can remove that CSS, and if you want you can remove that import also, because obviously we are not gonna using that CSS. So let's see how our project is looking. So yeah, it is looking pretty good. Now basically what we need to do, we can simply write Tailwind classes over there. Like for example, I'm gonna write flex. It means that it will display all the child divs in a flex. Okay, so let me show it to you. So yeah, it is not working. Why is it happening? So here is a file that I haven't saved. So don't forget to save files after adding prerequisite things. So that was the issue. Simply go inside your app.js, or before that just go into your browser to see if the changes have been reflected. So yeah, congratulations, our changes have been reflected in our browser. Now it's time to design it. Okay, so I think it's good. Let me add some classes over there. So class name, I'm gonna give it width of 72. Oh sorry. One more thing, you can install a plugin named as Tailwind IntelliSense. Just wait for a while. Yeah, so this one, you can install that plugin. I have already installed. It is quite beneficial. Let me show you how is it beneficial. Simply uh, you just have to, if for example you are not getting suggestions after writing anything, simply add a space and then press W. So it is giving the suggestions from Tailwind library. Like for example, right now I want to give it a width of 72 pixel, I must say, which is equal to 288 pixels and 18 RAM. So I'm gonna give it this width, and I'm going to give it a background color which will be, I think this one is quite good, or we can play with it. I think this one is good, BG Slate 900. Simply give this, and I think for now these things are good. Let me see if the changes have been reflected in our browser. So here we are. Yeah, the things have changed in our browser. So basically we want our sidebar to cover the complete height of our browser. So for that reason you have to simply add a class height screen. It means that height of 100 VH. So it will cover the height of complete screen. Let me see if it actually has happened. So yeah, it has happened. It is working perfectly. So now it's time to style it. So let me add another div over there because I want to add a logo and text. So let me add a div over there, and inside that div first we will have our logo. So I'm just going to use Font Awesome for that reason. So I have already opened Font Awesome in my browser. So here we are. You can simply go into the icons and find the one that you want to use. So for instance, I want to use that podcast icon. I think it will go well with our project. So simply click on the icon that you want to use, and it will show you the code for that icon. So here we are. You can simply copy it from here and paste it over here. It is so simple. Yeah, it is so simple. Now just come to here. Let me show you how is it looking for now. So here in our project, where is it? So that's how things are happening sometime. Where are you? So here inside our div, it has gotten the class, but it's not showing it. Why is it? Let me check. I got the point. Why is it not showing? Because as we are using React do not support simple class, because the reason is that it's JavaScript and class is fixed for classes in JavaScript. Okay, so we have to use class name over there. So it will show us. Let me check. Why it is not showing, even though I have added the class name over there. There is something bad. Let me find the issue. Let me see. Yeah, so it is showing. That's how you can inspect errors if you are getting any errors. So let me apply directly some Tailwind classes so that we can actually see. So just come inside your class and add some classes, like for example I want it to be 3XL, like I want font size of 30 pixels, and I think for now it's good to see. Let me check. Oh, I forget to give it a color, so give it a color of white. So yeah, finally we have gotten our logo over there, but the logo is quite. Now just add this class. Padding of 7 would be okay, I think so, but let me see if it is looking okay or not. Oh my goodness, why I have given this. I don't have to give it here, I have to give it to the parent class, this one. So here we are. Yeah, it is actually looking good now. Now we have to add a text over there, so for that reason we don't need that div over there because it is already in an I tag. So now we can add an H tag, I think would be good. H4 would be okay, and we can add React sidebar nav. I think it must look good. Why I always forget to give it a color, so let me give it a color also. Just add a class name and give it a color of text white, and afterwards text, I think 2XL would be okay, but let me check. I think it will go well. So yeah, it is going pretty well. So in order to add, let me show it in the browser. So in order to add a little space between logo and the text, you can simply find the parent class, which is this one. You can simply display them flags, and afterwards you can add a column gap of I think 3 would be good, and afterwards you can say items center to align items center, so it will look perfectly fine afterwards. So yeah, finally things have started to look good. Okay, so now it's time to create our navigation. So in order to create navigation, let me create an array over there. I will name it menu and just do it like this, and I'm gonna add some arrays, like for example title would be home. Similarly, I can just paste them, and I can add chat. Let me capitalize them so that they may look good, and manage, and just add another menu of setting. You can name it whatever you want with respect to circumstances or with respect to project that you are developing, but the idea of this video but the idea of this video is to give insights like how you can create a beautiful site nav using React and Tailwind. So I'm hoping much that you guys are getting the idea. So I think for now it's good. So let me just come over there. After this div, yeah, I am going to create a list UL, and inside this UL there would be li, and I'm gonna add a map of menu over there. So in order to add JavaScript inside your HTML, you can simply put parentheses, and after these parentheses you can write the variable, the array that you have created, or you can say that the name of array that you have created, and afterwards you can put a map. You may have a question like why I have used this question mark over there. The reason of using this question mark over there is that, for example, if my app is not getting the menu, the variable that I have created, so in that case, this helps to keep my website alive, so that my website do not crash suddenly. Okay, so it helps to keep my website alive. It helps to keep my page working fine without that list which would be mapped okay. So I think you have gotten the idea. So simply add small parentheses over there, and item, you need a parenthesis over there, item and index, and afterwards there come this, and you can wrap your li inside this map, and you can simply use this item to render the titles inside the array. Okay, so let me see, but before checking it on browser, let me add a class name and a color white, so that we can actually see what we are getting. So let me go on my browser, and yes, we have gotten our list. It is pretty easy. So now let me add an eye over there also, but before adding that, let me find a suitable icon. You can use an icon with respect to your circumstances, but I'm using whatever looks good to me for now. So what do you say if we use this one or this one? I think this one is good for now. So just click over there and just copy the code, paste it over there, and simply change it to name. Now you must be shocked why you are getting an error, because you have just added an icon over there. The issue is that inside React, inside the map we have two different tags which are not wrapped in a single tag. basically React supports that there should be one single parent which wraps all the child. So right now, as we can see inside this map, we don't have any parent, so that is the reason we are getting that error. So in order to solve that error, you can simply use React fragment and your issue will get resolved. That's how simple it is. Let me see how is it looking. Oh, before seeing that, simply come over there and add a text of white color and text of XL would be good. Let me see. Okay, it is working good, but we have gotten some issues. So we will obviously resolve these issues. So in order to resolve these issues, I think instead of fragment, we have to wrap them in a div so that we can actually apply some classes. So I'm gonna come over there, I will apply flex over there, and gap of x would be around 3. Not justify items center, and I think it would be good. Let me just check. So yeah, it is looking good. So you can increase the list so that it looks good, and you can name it like, for example, my tasks. Again, it totally depends on the project you are working on, and let me leave it for now and check. Yeah, so I think it is looking good. Now in order to add a space between the logo and the list, we just have to go here, or here. We just have to go over there, and we can add a padding of bottom around 8 pixel. I think would be okay, or maybe more. Let me see. I think it is good, but let me add 10 pixels. So yeah, it is good now. In order to add some space between the lists, between our menu, we can simply use this div, and we can add a padding of 5 pixels around. 5 is too much. Let me add around 4. So yeah, 4 is pretty okay. So now we can add one more thing, because the issue is that, for example, if I go over there, I'm getting that cursor of, it shows that we have to write over there. Okay, instead we want a cursor that shows that we have to click over there. So for that reason, you can simply go over there inside your code editor and add a cursor pointer. That's how easy it is when you are using Tailwind. So, and just see. So yeah, you can see it is looking good now. Now on hover, we should add a background color so that it looks pretty nice. So for that reason, you have to simply add a hover and you have to add a background color of maybe this one, and you can add an opacity of maybe this. Let's see if it is looking okay or not. Yeah, it is looking pretty okay. So let me add a border radius over there so that it looks good. So in order to add a border radius, simply use rounded full. I think full would be okay. Yeah, it is good. So we have gotten our basic structure of sidebar. Now it's time to add the toggle functionality. Okay, so in order to add that toggle functionality, let me move where I have added a logo. So here we have added the logo. So let me add an other icon over there maybe. So let me find an icon. Which helps us to display, like we can click over there to toggle. Let me find that icon. Let me find something like so we are not getting anything that suits best to us. What if they're not having the menu icon also? I think I haven't used a bad library for now. I'm not criticizing Font Awesome. Oh, bars. Sorry Font Awesome, sorry Font Awesome, I just formed. So we are going to use these bars for now. So just copy the code and come over there, add them here. Again, do not forget to change this class to class name, text white, position should be absolute, and it should be relative so that it won't move outward from our side nav. So position should be absolute, and afterwards what we can add over there, right should be 5, I think would be good, and top would be again 5. Let's see what we have gotten. So yeah, it is looking pretty okay. I think it is looking pretty okay. So just add a margin top of 4 pixels, I think would be good. Oh, sorry. So yeah, it is looking good. We can change the position also. So let me give it a position, like for example, instead of top, let me give it bottom. Yeah, so it is looking okay now. Now it's time to implement the toggle functionality. So for that reason, let me add a state over there. Const open, set open, and by default it would be false. Okay, so we have to add them inside the braces because we are gonna implement a logic over there. So instead of inverted commas, we have to add backticks. So here we are. Now we will implement the functionality. So dollar open, if open would be true, then width would be 72, else width would be 20. So let me remove width from here because we have added width in a logic. Okay, and on that bars, let me add an on click functionality. So on click, we will add an arrow function over there and set open inverse of open. For example, if inverse would be true, it will convert it into false, and if it would be false, it will convert it into true. So here we are. Let me see how is it looking. Oh yes, but we have some issues over there. We have to resolve these issues also, even though it is working completely fine. So in order to resolve these issues, we simply do not need the text when sidebar is closed. So for that specific reason, just come over there, put them again in parentheses because we have to again add a logic over there. So just add a logic over there. Dollar open, if open is true or if open is false, then scale the text to 0. Like I don't want to see that text if navbar is closed. So here you can see we don't see that React Native's React sidebar nav. Now we have to implement the same logic over there. When navbar is closed, like when open is false, simply add this scale to the text. So here we will again wrap the classes in parentheses and backticks and simply add a functionality that we have added at the top, then simply scale them to 0. Let's see if it is working perfectly fine. Oh my goodness, it is not working perfectly fine. I think I have done some mistake over there. Let me see what's the issue. Yeah, so it is working completely fine. The issue was that the text was uh, simply attached to this class. So there, yeah, it is completely fine. The issue was that both the classes were written too closely, like there was no space between them. They were written in this form, like scale 0 and then text white. That is the reason they were not working completely fine. So I just added a space between both the classes and they are working now pretty good. So I think you have gotten the idea how you can implement that logic in your projects. It is very simple to design or develop that side nav by using Tailwind. You can customize it as per your liking as much you want. So if you want to add some transition, like for example it goes smooth, so you can just come over there and you can add duration of, I guess, 300. So let me see. Okay, you can play with it. I think 200 would be fine. Yeah. So I think you have gotten the idea how you can design a sidebar navigation using React and Tailwind. So if you have liked this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss any updates. With that being said, I am signing out. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.